Do 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 do. Hello everyone. No one's here yet. That's alright then. Oh, I have wine, which is dangerous. Just got the one glass of wine though, so I'm not going to get drunk. Don't worry. And I am of age. I am most definitely of age. So I have spoken to my mum, who comes over on Thursday, about live streaming while she's here. She says she's fine with it, providing she doesn't have to come on the live stream. She says fine. I said I'll probably do it at night once the hubby's gone to work, and I'll do it upstairs so that there's not any risk of her coming on camera, which she's fine with, which is great. So I'll probably do a couple of live streams before while she's over. One on Thursday, and then probably one over the weekend. Maybe on either the Sunday, Monday, I don't know yet. Also, I'm going to try and do the videos. I'll be doing this next week's videos. Hi guys! I'll be doing the next videos shortly. I'll be doing them probably Monday, Tuesday, and then we'll go from there. But we also have other stuff to talk about. As most of you... Yay! As most of you were, I did a live stream on John the other day, where I found out about what he had done to Peter. Good on you two, Subby. Great, perfect. Remind me to do that before I leave. I can't do it from here, but I will try and find you. Don't worry. If need be, just give me a nudge anywhere. And I found out the dodgy crap that John's been doing. Now, we have also there's other stuff that's been going on as well, but we're going to look mainly at John and Amos. We'll go through John first. I had a quick look before I came on, and his last video was 4 days ago, which was the Kuckian Cosmetics Exposed Part 2. Whatever that means. And he's not posted a video since, which is unusual for him because he usually posts very, very regularly. Now, let's have a look at Twitter, but I've got a funny feeling he's been quiet there as well. Because one thing we noticed on the last live stream was that on the description of his last video, he said that the ingredients list were on Instagram, and when we checked, it wasn't. No idea how to do that. I will do it so that you can see what I'm looking at in a second. Just making sure. There you go. You can see what I'm looking at, right? So, someone is having fun on Photoshop. Maybe Thursday Twitter girl should delete the slander video before her cheating cop boyfriend. Whatever. That's the last tweet he did. And he retweeted some other stuff which was also 4 days ago. That was 10 hours ago. And it's not normal for John to be this quiet. On the 28th alone, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 posts. And since then, there's been one. Now, is there a reason behind this? Probably. Right, there's a few. Tara, there is a few. The first one is he took some voicemails from another YouTuber. Not voicemails, there was audio from a Snapchat, and he sold clippets of them on iTunes and raised money for charity, but the math doesn't add up on that one. And then he has since brought out a makeup line, but the day the makeup line went live, which was last Saturday, so a week ago, the website had serious issues. I had a friend of mine who's an IT expert, and his main job is websites. And he looked at the coding, and the coding I showed him, and he said that it could be done through one of three reasons. Either somebody's in it to make it look like the website was overloaded, whether it's somebody's doesn't have a clue what they're doing and they put the wrong thing in, or it's been hacked. Now, the other issue is the fact that this makeup line, and there was supposed to be a big release last Saturday in a club. That never happened. People are saying that they haven't received their refunds, although he's stating that if they haven't, then they need to go through the company that he paid for the tickets from. Which, okay, we'll have to wait and see on that one. He in his makeup line in the website, he doesn't give an ingredients list, and people have called him out on that. So on one of his videos, see if it's still on that video, and I will go on to Instagram.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, shut up. Ingredients list posted on both Instagram and Snapchat, which is that bit that I've highlighted there. Now, let's have a look. Instagram. Now, let's have a look. John Kuckian. So this is one of his items, and he's supposed to have the ingredients list on. There's no ingredients list. And it even says, somebody says, "Hey John, what's the ingredients list for this product? Lip products. I have allergies and want to know before purchasing. Thanks." No answer. For the Mayfair collection, yes, it will be announced on. Yes, was announced. It was on my Snapchat whilst the website is being updated. Right? But you said you put it on Instagram, but putting it on an Instagram is useless. Just put it on the tags in your Instagram. Right, let's have a look. Cooking cosmetics. And one of the ingredients that he's actually that's one of the. Oh, it is horrible. It is. Like I said, my friend was looking at the code and it says it was a mess. Right, we'll look at the lips. And then the fact that a lot of the collection is very reminiscent of other people's collections, like the whole dirty money thing, which is still on his website even though he said he was taking it off. You can't even order. Some people have said that they have ordered better than me, but he's not the nicest person. I am. Thank you very, very, very much, Debs. DC is somebody I used to work with. We worked together for nearly 2 years, and we shared an office, and it was fun. It was fun. Come on, so see, look, this is what the website looks like. You guys can see this. I know you can. But the last time I looked on the website, there was no ingredients list on there, and one of the ingredients listed, even though they are being shipped to Canada, the US, the UK, Australia, and Europe, one of the ingredients listed is banned in the US, and the UK are trying to ban it as well. So, yes, this is a Halloween glass. I don't don't have any Christmas ones, so used it with my Halloween ones. Oh, it was fun, Debbie. It was, especially when we used to wind up the other young lady that was in the office with our antics. That was fun. But yeah. Thank you, Tara. Yes. Oh God, I've actually had comments saying, "Oh, Joy and John related," and it's like, I don't know. I don't think so, but it wouldn't surprise me. Really wouldn't surprise me. But oh God, it's like I posted this on my Twitter, and my Twitter is actually in the description if you ever want to follow me. Feel free. I actually put on my Twitter, I don't do drama videos. I just call out people for doing dodgy shit. And my friend DC Debs will tell you the exact same. I used to be the same. When we worked together, if anybody did anything that they shouldn't have done, I was the first person to say, hold up a minute. I don't allow people to walk over other people. It's not who I am. And when you see people that have a following like Joy, but to more of an extent, somebody like John, it's dangerous. See, she even says it. I've always been like this. I've always called people out on the shit. Always. I try my best. I don't always get things right the first time, and I'll be the first one to admit that. But I try my best to be as calm as possible, and I speak from the level of knowledge I have, which isn't as high. Say, for example, you were to look at somebody like I give people a chance, I give people a second chance, and if they push through those two chances, you're done. I've always been like that, and if I see somebody doing something that they shouldn't be doing, whether it is taking advantage of a situation for your own benefit, whether it's due to a white knight syndrome, or whether it's due to just wanting to be the centre of attention, I'll call you out on it. If you're doing something that's borderline illegal, as with Onision, I'll call you out on it. If you are doing stupid shit like this guy's doing, like John's doing, forget it. Ain't gonna happen. Even the husband will tell you. I'll always protect people, and I'll always protect what's right. If I am wrong, and I have actually said before that I have done things that I haven't always thought through. I did a 3-part video once defending John. That made me look like an idiot. Then I have a video where I defended somebody else, and then they made me look like an idiot. I did a video where I gave Onision a second chance, made me look like an idiot. I did a video giving Joy another chance, made me look like an idiot. So people like John, Joy, and Onision are done, as far as I'm concerned. And the fact that he's doing something like this, he's got a makeup line. It's one of those things that if you're putting people at risk, whether it's through giving them misleading medical information, giving them saying, "Oh, I've got this product, I want you to come to the release, and I'm going to give you this much makeup, etc." Then that doesn't happen, and then when the release does happen, it's an absolute shit show. Thankfully, yeah, like I say, it's a bit weird that he is as quiet as he is. Now, there is a possibility that there has been legal consequences for that. He is based in the same country I am, though not in the same place. He's based, well, that's the weird thing, because his business and everything is, and his art shows are down in London. But he has said before that he was supposed to be starting back at university this semester, which started like 2 or 3 months ago. And his school's in Newcastle, which is not far from where I am. It doesn't add up. And I'm glad that people's eyes are starting to get open to these people. Unfortunately, there are other people on the platform that are just as dangerous but in different ways. And people have still to see things that don't necessarily add up. So, but yeah, I'm a bit confused as to why he's so silent, because it's like, even in that tweet that I showed you where it says that somebody had said that he said this. Maybe thirsty Twitter girl should definitely delete her slander video before her cheating cop boyfriend gets killed on the job. So many jealous bullies. Now, he's saying someone's having fun on Photoshop. When John stops debunking drama, they just make up drama. Now, the problem is with that is he's calling somebody out for made up drama. Hold on, but you did the exact same with Jeffree Star. You faked a tweet from Jeffree Star. So, how do we know that that's not from you? B, how do we know that you didn't make that tweet, then delete it just a second later, knowing full well some people will have captured it? And then there's the fact that he's gone after Peter because Peter's disagreed with you. This is one thing that does grind my gears, is when people disagree with somebody, they automatically call them bullies and the harassing, the stalking. Joy was the first one for it. Soon as Rexion did a video on her saying, I don't like the shit that you're doing, she's like, stalker. Yeah. In avoidance again, waiting for it to blow over. Yeah, but the only problem is, the more he stays away, the more it just makes the rest of us question what's going on. And Margot's already said she's going to go hard for him. I tweeted Margot, I haven't had a tweet back, I'll actually inbox her later, and said to her, any of my live streams you're free to use. Anything I have on any of my videos with him, if the website's still not working, anything like that, use it. By all means, if you need anything that I have that's not on my channel, and I've got it, you can have it. But the fact that this guy is taking money off people for the sheer hell of it, for the fun of it, is horrible, especially with the way that the economy is at the minute in both countries, with everything that's going on both here in the UK and over in the US, which is where the vast majority of his fans are. You would think he would use his brain. Oh, I know. I can't wait. I really can't wait. I'm gonna be sat here like this. I just hope if she drops them when my mum's not here, well, while my mum's here, that I'll actually have the patience to wait until bedtime so I can watch them. Because I don't think my mum will want to sit through this stuff. But yeah, lots of us are literally like waiting. But it's ridiculous how he says in his video that that the ingredients list is on his Instagram, and then you go to his Instagram and it's in his Instagram stories. Why don't you just type it up, John? Why? Why is it on your Instagram stories when people can't refer to that? Actual fact, what I will do is John Cooking Cosmetics ingredients. Silence you. Right, tea spill. Dirty money. It's like, John, you will have if this is your company, like you say it's your company, you will have documents with all this in. Why can't you just copy and paste it? And your website's a lot of shit. So I'm on his website and nothing. Nothing. That's right, control you. Images blank, yeah. It's weird. But yeah, it's weird how he's saying that, he's calling people out for not having ingredients lists on the website and having spelling errors on the website when he's just as bad. And one of the ingredients, let's see if I can find it. This one here. I will zoom in for you so you can see. This one here that I've got my mouse under here is the one that's banned in the US and they're trying to ban here. Yeah, he doesn't like giving people what they want. He likes to be the centre of attention, but when it's at the severe scale that it is at the minute, then he doesn't like it. And a lot of this is stuff that he's Rod that he's made for his own back. It's like he's supposed to be setting up a publication, which is supposed to showcase makeup and beauty vloggers and people like that. But yeah, most makeup artists and beauty vloggers won't want to touch him because he says that he knows makeup when he doesn't. He calls people out saying that the makeup's crap when they at least have more input than he does. So he's saying he created the formula. Yeah, right then. We'll see. Now, whether there is a makeup line, I don't know. I'm skeptical. We shall have to wait and see. The fact that they aren't getting delivered for God knows how long, and the fact that the website is so bad that you can't even click on something and order it. And what's wrong with that? The whole website's a mess. And it's not my internet, because the internet's fine, because if it was my internet, you wouldn't be able to see me. So, it's absolutely ridiculous that he even thinks people are going to like this lie when he comes back. It's just going to get worse, and he really is going to suffer. And I'm not saying that in a nasty sense. So what I'm saying is, if this is a legitimate business for him, then that's fine. But the fact that he's gone AWOL for the vast majority of the first week of his release, and B, radio silence, no videos, nothing, and the fact that the website is in such a shoddy state is horrendous, absolutely horrendous. And the fact that people still believe him is ridiculous. And I started to mention this on my last live stream. One of the first times I covered John, I got a death threat. And I think that was one of the reasons why I was so nervous in my last video, the one I did last week, not the live stream, the video, is because whenever I talk about Joy is when I get the worst threats. Yet his team's supposed to be about kindness and friendliness and whatever. But it hit home because Phil, I'll probably talk more about this later on in the week, but Phil did a video on Thursday that a lot of people didn't like, and people actually threatened because he didn't stand with FaZe Banks. He got death threats. Just one sec. Sort something out before someone overheats. There we go. There we go. Because he didn't side with FaZe Banks, people threatening him and his kids, and it's like, you're really that childish to threaten somebody's family and threaten somebody's life. It's like, the fact that people threaten somebody's life over a video, I know it makes the other half mad because he doesn't understand it. I don't understand it. I never threaten somebody's life over a video. It's not right that anybody should ever be threatened in that way, regardless of what type of video they do. Obviously, there are times where you can understand where they're coming from, which is the second topic I'll be talking about in a bit. When you involve the harming of children, then emotions can get high. But even at that point, it is still not worth threatening somebody's life, threatening somebody's family, threatening somebody's kids. You just don't do it. And it still astounds me that people do that. It really does. It really shocks me. And it's sickening that these people create fandoms like this where they feel justified in threatening people just because they disagree with them. And it is absolutely ridiculous to even conceptualize the idea of involving somebody's family just because you don't like the person's opinion. It's not right, and it's not justified. And the fact that John has this thing where he likes to stir trouble and then say, has nothing to do with me. And he's like, if he ever responds to what has transpired with Peter Martin, if he ever responds to that and says, oh, it was somebody else, it wasn't me, prove it. Do you prove it to us? It's the best way to deal with it. And we all know that he doesn't have the best opinion of Peter. Now, while I don't watch many of Peter's videos, Peter does not deserve to be treated in such a way. Just to have nasty, nasty messages left on his video and threats from somebody who he once trusted and respected. And the fact that John is slowly burning every single bridge that he has created is going to leave him in a very sad and lonely place. And should he continue with the behaviour that's happened over the last 12 months with the ringtones and with this, then it's only going to get worse, as we saw with Joy. With Joy, with the whole, she went after Onision, and then after a while people were like, right, okay, ain't no shitting on Onision. Yeah, he's not exactly the nicest guy on the planet, but lady, 7 videos in 24 hours is a bit much. More than a little bit much. So it's, oh, but yeah, it's enraging because if John had been at least respectable, if John had at least been reasonable, then people would probably trust him a little bit more. It's like the fact that he got pissed because the Gabby Show ignored him. It is, Debbie, it is. It's definitely vindictive. The Gabby Show, this is another situation. The Gabby Show and another YouTuber, Ricegum, got into a situation with Ricegum Gabby's phone off her, smashed it on the floor, wrecked it. And John contacted Gabby's show and asked for the story, asked to, say, I'll present your side of the story. And because she said, she actually called him out and said, I don't count this as drama because it isn't drama. If it was up to me, it would literally have been left at the Snapchats. That was it, and we would have dealt with it privately. But obviously, Rice carried it on. Then you also have the fact that Gabby then spoke to Phil, who is technically news, not drama, and then because she ignored John did like a whole hour-long video on her about it. That is, like Debbie says, it's vindictive. It's the epitome of being vindictive, and it is the epitome of being childish and irresponsible, especially when you have a fan base. And John's fan base, granted, isn't as big as Gabby's, but it is pretty big when you compare it to somebody like Peter or to somebody like Margot. And the fact that he's threatened to sue Margot because she contacted the venue is absolutely ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. Oh, I'm going to have to come on to this off this subject and go on to the second subject. Now, if some of you leave, I completely understand. Amos Yee, you may not be aware of who he is. I did a video on him a couple of weeks ago, and he is. I still get this stream demonetized, but oh well, I'm getting used to it at this point. He is one of the pro-pedo channels, and he says that a consensual adult type relationship between a child and an adult is fine. First of all, swivel. Second of all, no. And third of all, F off. Now, apparently he did a Q&A or a live stream with another YouTuber. Actually, in fact, I will just go over to. I'm not going to go into the. I think it's Destiny. It did a debate with Destiny, another YouTuber, and they were calling auntie names and stuff. This is the video. I'm gonna think it, but I'm not gonna play it. Right. Where apparently Amos Yee were complaining because people like Bering and Sargon Overcard and Warskate, I've even mentioned it as well, whether or not he's trolling. And I hope against hope that he is. He says he isn't, that this is his belief system. And if it is, then it is absolutely demented, damaging, problematic, horrible. I'm going to put you on so you can see my full face so that you're not looking at me chat. There you go. Just me now. The fact that this guy is complaining because lots of us are saying that we think he's trolling. It's not that we think he's trolling, we're hoping that he's trolling because of what he's saying. And his opinions are wrong. I have proof to prove it. And I have 3 or 4 folders in the study full of information on this particular situation, and I can assure you that the damage caused from this type of abuse is real. On my last Amos video, a young lady actually did share the fact that people like this cause her pain because she was a victim, and she was glad about me speaking up about it. And I said, well, as long as people are out there, I'm going to speak up about it. And it again falls into the fact that somebody's doing something wrong. It's one of the reasons why I did a video on the Daddy of 5 case. I have done updates. I don't talk about it every video like certain other people who once did. So But the fact that this guy thinks that we're all just having a laugh at his expense, and that we're, we want to, that we're trying to say that we think that he's not doing, and the opinion he has isn't his opinion. We're hoping that. We're not sure, but we are hoping. And the main reason is because we know what the damage is that can happen to a child. And it's painful. And for him to say, oh, it doesn't affect anybody, screw you, and go swivel. Because it does. And it hurts people. And it's wrong in every sense of the word. And whenever I do videos on this topic, my husband tries his best not to listen. At the minute he's in the room next door, but I don't think he's paying attention, which is good. But the fact that this guy thinks that we're just sat here having a laugh at his expense, we're saying that this is fake and this, that and the other. No, we're hoping that it's fake. Then when you look at people like Omni Politics, again, you have the same reaction. You have the same guttural reaction of, these guys can't be serious. And these guys can't be real, but unfortunately they are. There are more of these out there than we realise. And it's people like him that say it's okay. That say, it's just like being gay. No, it isn't. And stop saying that. That is a stereotype that all people of both homosexual and bisexual origins are trying to fight. That we're attracted to everybody of the same sex, and that means everybody. Not true. And that we're also sexual predators. No, we're not. And the fact that these people actually say it's a sexuality. No, it isn't. If it was a sexuality, then why is it more about power than sex? A lot of paedophiles, when they are questioned, actually say, well, I was a little bit attracted, but I got off more on the power than anything else because I had the power over that person. That's what they say. And it's usually the power that gets them excited. And then the fact that these guys are like, there's nothing wrong with a consensual relationship. A child cannot consent. It's the reason why we have an age of consent, because a child cannot consent, because they don't have the cognitive development and they don't have the life experience to know what they're doing or know what they're getting themselves into. It's like me forcing a vegan to eat meat by telling them that it's not meat. That is, it's a weird analogy, but it is very similar, because a child doesn't have all the information to make an actual decision about whether or not they consent. Exactly, Debbie. It is fucking sick. That's what it is. Definitely. And the fact that these people say that it's a sexuality makes me mad. And for those that have watched my video, you'll know this. I'm bi. So this is like, fuck off. And the fact that it's a sexuality, is it? Fuck. Now, people who say, it's it's not damaging, and there are people that have had relationships, and I'll use the same analogy as I used in the last time I talked about Amos, which is the Milo Yiannopoulos. He had a consensual sexual relationship as a child, and he said it didn't mess him up. That's fine. That isn't the case for everybody. There have been quite a few people in my life that have been victims, and they are still dealing with the after effects even now. And I'm not talking about people that are in my life now. I'm talking about people that have been in my life as far back as school. And the fact that these people think, if I say it's a sexuality, then people will have to understand it, because they understand being bi, they understand being gay, they understand being a lesbian. Yeah, but that's different. I'm attracted to men and women. I have friends. Right, for those that are unaware, Debbie and I are very good friends. We've known each other for years, and Debbie is a lesbian. We used to work together. And me being bi and her being a lesbian, there was a lot of funny jokes between the two of us. So this point, I hope Debbie doesn't mind me sharing it with you, but you can all read it anyway. I've been called a pedo before, and it hurt like a bitch. Bet his face hurt more though, because she's a lesbian, and she's been called a pedo because she's a lesbian. There is no correlation between the two. And for people to say that being a pedo is a sexuality, no, it's not. Yeah. No worries, Teresa, no worries. I did say that I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of you turned off on this, but that's fine. That's completely up to you, Teresa. Good night, and I'll see you soon. But yeah, this is one of those topics that it does enrage people, and it does make people mad, and I can understand that. And knowing what I know as both somebody who is bisexual and as having people in my life that have been victims, these words that comes out of this guy's mouth and people like him and people like Comedy Politics make me so mad. Oh. Right, you're going to have me for another 15 minutes or so. But on the last video I did have my mic quite close. I did have somebody complain that it was annoying, which is why it's a bit further down than normal. I hope that's a little bit better. But time will tell if Amos is real, whether or not he believes what he's saying. I don't really want to believe that he believes what he's saying, but I wouldn't put it past him. I really wouldn't. Excuse me. It's not a nice topic to talk about, and this is one topic that, just like stuff like what John does, gets me mad. This gets me mad, but it gets me mad for a completely different reason. Both are not victimless crimes, although some might say that John's side one is a victimless crime. No, it's not, because he's manipulating people, and he's using that to get money and gain status for himself. Whereas in this situation, this guy is actually advocating for the abolishment of an age of consent, and he's advocating for a relationship between a child and an adult that a child cannot consent to. Oh. Oh, God. You know, this platform has the beginnings of being great, and sometimes you have to shake your head. It's like lately we've had with the whole adpocalypse happen, another wave of the adpocalypse happening, where people have kicked off because of the whole issue we've had with the inappropriate videos being recommended to kids. As kicked off, and then the coding that they were using to differentiate what type of videos get more attention than others, whether they get put into people's feeds, was identified by the Warskis and a few others, and it is a good video for them to watch. I'll find the video title and his last video, which was YouTube exposed and hides evidence. And what they did is they went into the the coding part of the website, and they found key phrases that identified whether a video would get put into people's subfeeds, whether it would get demonetized, things like that, swear words, etc. Now, it astounds me that you have people on the platform that still think that they're able to hide what their true nature is. And although I understand why Andy and some of the others are mad that YouTube have now hidden that part of the coding, I can understand why, because while the coding they found identifies things like swear words, the mention of certain other words that would cause your video to be unmonetized. For example, when this gets uploaded, there are certain words that will make this video unmonetizable, which I'm fine with. And what it does is it then causes it to be skewed in these searches, which again is I sort of stand in the middle on that. But I can understand why YouTube has hidden has hidden it, because they don't want certain people to adapt what they do to flag when it comes to flagging videos, because they are very vague on requirements for monetization and things like that when what makes a video monetizable and not monetizable and things like that, because especially when it comes to things like children, they have to be careful, because they know that the people who have managed to get through the apocalypse up until now have done it because they've adapted to what is monetizable and what's not monetizable. So it's ridiculous. But the fact that YouTube had it showing in the first place surprises me. While I don't agree with them hiding the whole coding that had already been identified, because it had already been identified, I do agree with them hiding the coding that differentiates the videos that are being unmonetized under the new rules with relation to child exploitation. So, but it's ridiculous. It really is. And so many people on this platform, they start off great. People like John, when he first started off, he didn't seem too bad. He seemed fairly reasonable. And then the whole YouTube fame started kicking in, and he got more powerful, and he got more of a taste of power, and it just grew his ego to a point now where it's like he has no common sense and no sense of reality. And then you have people like Amos that just spout their rhetoric, which is wrong, all over their channel, just for the sheer hell of it. And the fact that these people are given a platform to the extent that they are is horrible to me. The fact that you have people that have used this platform to comment nasty things on videos with kids in. We're talking about videos with millions of views and thousands of comments, so they can't be moderated. But they're inappropriate comments towards a kid, and it's like the fact that these people have been allowed a YouTube account to begin with is upsetting. But on the other side of this, there's also the fact that YouTube has known about this for months, if not years, because there have been people for over years saying there is a paedophile ring on YouTube, and that there are paedophiles on YouTube, and they didn't listen. And they've only just started listening after everything kicked off, which is how it usually happens. Just like when we were telling them that there had some videos with terrorism videos, terrorism recruitment videos. This video's getting demonetized. They still didn't do anything until everything kicked off the first time. And don't even get me started on double standards. But, oh god. I do have a couple of good videos planned for next week though. I'm going to talk about the FaZe Banks situation. I'm going to talk about everything that happened as a result of that as well. And also probably talk about I don't know yet. Don't know what I'll do for the third video. I haven't decided yet. And then I'm gonna try and keep on top of everything that's happening with John and seeing if he does return and when he does. And then obviously I'll try and get hold of Margot over the next couple of days and see if she needs any of the information I've got. For that, I am gonna have to come off because my hip is killing me. So I'm gonna need to lie down. I am sort of half laid down. I'm bed on the bed. And I need to lie flat because my back's killing me. It's one of the reasons why I don't live stream for hours and hours on end like a certain other person. Right, love you all, guys, and I will speak to you very soon. Hopefully, I'll be able to do a live stream during the week before one comes over. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But it'll be after 11 UK time. So stay safe, be good, have fun, and I will see you very soon, guys.